Choose wisely. Farewell.
couldn't resist. You're in trouble now.
I'm gonna enjoy this.
dare stand against me? Of course, your kind. Feast, my pet. Eat your fill.
Now what?
Faced many challenges. Pity they were all in vain. Soon your people will kneel to my lord! Your time is running out!
Show them no quarter! Form up!
work of them! Lock Narash! Defensive positions! Fall in! Look for a call! Join the fight! A Gravaka! Fall in! Mathuraka! Wake up! We're under attack! No time for slumber! Sleep on your own time!
Strength and honor.
wish to fight us all at once? This should be amusing. I'm already bored.
Don't touch what you can't afford.
Invaders have breached the defenses! Fire!
Other rear wheel was severely.
The positive camber that some of these drivers run,
Yeah.
the dynamic, like how these cars act.
It took me a minute to realise that was the wrong side of the car then.
It's okay. It's okay.
Well,
I know what you mean now.
Well, here we go. The judges saying that Jakob Kroll is at fault for the contact. Jakob Kroll is at fault for the contact. Judges leaving Kroll at fault. Now, Marcin will be down there, Jacob, and he now has to say, look, is the car safe to run? That's the question.
Yeah, that's the tough part. I mean, if that wheel is that towed out, that's not a great situation. Brandley, not a great transition, but he looks like he's getting back on throttle just at the end of the decel. There's not a lot of room there. It's kind of similar to what we saw with the Simon Olsen situation. Yeah, okay. I wonder. I know. I wish we could just like place cameras everywhere. I mean, you can see everything, but tough call.
Is Jakob Kroll is there, and Oliver Randall is talking to our starline Marshall Marcin, so we are going to see if this may be a buy run from Oliver Randaloo. Has Jakob Kroll decided to not run the car? Is the car deemed unsafe?
Okay. That seems to be the case.
Oh, so here we go. It looks like we're going to send these guys round for
look
us.
at Kroll's car. It's
grabbing. Yeah, you can see it there as he comes down. So Jakob Kroll's car looks to be deemed unsafe to run by our start line Marshall Marcin, who is the last point of call for most of our drivers, and unfortunately has to be the bearer of bad news as well sometimes for these guys. They're going to come round and get the decision. We're going to see how the judges think this one could be cleared up, could be the way we think it's going to go. You never know.
Yeah, we want to get clarification. Once again, the judges have access to all the angles and can go back and forth, whereas we just kind of see what you see.
Yeah, so here we go. Yeah, it's going to be Oliver Randaloo getting the win, advancing through to the top 16. David Kalas, we're going to come to you real quick.
Yeah, it all comes to that contact at just after the outer zone 5. You can see here that Kuba is having way shallower line, very small angle, which is speeding him up down the hill, and he's having just too much speed. Oliver was maybe tiny bit later on the throttle, but we can see that there was a mistake from both drivers, but we see bigger mistake from Kuba's side.
Thank you very much, David. Yeah, and unfortunately, again, there for Jakob Kroll not really having a season he would have hoped for, that's for sure. We go back down on start line. It's going to be one of our wildcard driver, Mads Andersen from Denmark, to take on the one and only Jack Shanahan, our third place qualifier. Shanahan down there on the line, ready to do action, but let's hear from him first.
Right now, where I sit in the championship, it's not really important for me to try winners anymore, so I need to try to get some pressure off my shoulders and just try to get a result. I have been trying super hard, but just the results haven't been showing. It's a bit frustrating because it's the best the car has been, it's the easiest it's been to drive, just for some reason struggling with some of the smaller stuff. So this weekend we're trying to learn a new track, try to figure it out, and just hopefully enjoy it as much as we can.
Well, it all hangs on Jack Shanahan's shoulders this afternoon. Can Shanahan fly the flag for the family as he sits on the line against a very determined and a man that is in the zone and ready to do action? He knows he has an incredible person to try and take down as they come off the line and through the gears. Shanahan fires a GT86 in. Mads Andersen leaves a low bunch of room there, and he goes wide off the edge of the circuit. Can he hold on to it? Now he's lost in the background as Jack Shanahan comes flying down to outside zone 6. Hardly any diesel when he gets back on throttle nice and early. Shanahan into that final outside zone. Andersen goes for it. Across the line.
I got a little worried there that Matt was gonna kind of throw a last-ditch effort in.
And yeah, make some contact. Yeah.
Yeah, for Matt, it was just the start line, and unfortunately for a lot of drivers that are coming into this new to the championship. I mean, Matt has been a wild card before, but it's tough. It's really tough to get that timing down. It's just very different than what they may be used to. And I mean, Jack is so quick out of the gate. I think he could be a drag racer if he wasn't doing drifting, that's for sure. What I am liking from Jack's side of things, much as I'd love to see that huge backing again, kind of took the notes from the meeting and went, okay, I gotta chill a bit. That's fine. I gotta try, you know, and part of winning this is driving to what the judges want, not to what you want to do. But yeah, Jack did everything he needed to up front. Unfortunately for Mads, the race was kind of lost before it began.
Yeah, unfortunately so. And yeah, you can't give these guys any room on initiation. You really need to be in the pocket or on the back bumper. They're back on the line. They wait to get that green light as Anderson leaves the line and comes through the gears. Shanahan to give chase as he works that GTA 6-2 angle. He's going to play it safe though. Look at this, gives him the room to manoeuvre. He would have been told on the radio by the spots that he wasn't in the fight, but now Shanahan starts to push down on the inside of that turbo V8 BMW E92 as Anderson fires it towards the wall, back on throttle nice and early. Shanahan goes for the dive. Oh, look at this, Anderson shuts it down and Shanahan will finish out the run. Oh, what a shame.
Yeah, what a shame. That sucks. Hopefully nothing massive mechanical-wise for Mads and no cleanup or anything needed, so I'm not entirely sure why that shut down when it did and where it did, but a fairly easy decision coming our way. Mads looked good here, Jack. Yeah, it gave him a lot of room.
Yeah.
Knew he could catch up with him, knew he could close the gap. Mads seemed like he was kind of slowing down through different parts of this track. Coming through this section, I mean, he had good transitions. It was a solid lead run. We'd like to see, obviously, angle through that section of the track, but throws a bunch up here. Even as he was exiting and heading towards the inside clip, you could already tell things weren't looking great for Mads, but Jack doing a good job of keeping him within striking distance without overcommitting, and makes the pass there and line.
Yeah, I think Shanahan will take that.
Yeah, even through this inside clip, I was looking at kind of the angle as he's coming in. I'm like, it's not going to be good. And then just shuts it down.
Next warrior, step up! Replacement, quickly!
Join
the fight!
Obviously, I'd like to know what happened there, but
Next warrior,
nothing
now!
major.
Yeah, no, hopefully nothing major, and such a nice young guy, a smiley face in the paddock, and a guy that's really determined to try and do well. Look at this, you can see, like, shaking her head, you know, he knew there was something wrong with the car, and
Yeah.
I mean, when the machinery lets you down, Jacob, what can you do?
It's not often that an M60 lets you down, but it does happen sometimes.
And there we go, slide him left for Shanahan, right for Anderson. It's going to be a simple one for the judges. It's going to be Jack Shanahan taking it through to the top 16. And Shanahan will take that, a few more points in the bag. He said he's holding on for the championship, but in 10th place at the moment.
Crazier things have happened.
Crazier things have happened.
Yeah, especially with a driver where you don't feel any pressure. You can just go out and drive.
Yep, so there we go. The Crazy Finish fans stand to attention because they have one of their up-and-coming superstars on the line. And it will be Kim Brockland on the line to chase down Jason Benet.
Love the hat. Absolutely love the hat.
So a switch up here. Brockland opted to chase first.
Interesting. Okay.
Qualifier has opted to chase first.
I wonder, maybe more used to that position? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But look at this. Oh, laser focus. Fires it down, not looking at the camera. He's in the zone. It's going to be Finland's very own Kim Brockland to take on Jason Benet in that Subaru BRZ. As Brockland slams through the gears, Jason Benet flicks that Subaru BRZ to angle, sets himself up lovely, now stands on the accelerator. Brockland, though, with him, looks for the side of the Frenchman Subaru. What can they do outside zone 5? Lovely for both of these guys at the moment. As Kim Brockland then gets lost in the smoke, and Benet transitions to that final outside zone. A last dive up to the door, but he just can't get there.
Yeah, it didn't quite work out the way that Kim was hoping.
No.
That's for sure. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, given the choice, I don't think I'd want Jason Benet to take a lead on fresh tires.
No, yeah.
Very, very quick. One of the fastest drivers out here. I mean, both of them had a solid run. Kim's, it's a good chase, but once again, as you move up into this, you know, the highest echelon of drifting, you gotta be on people's doors. And Kim goes for a really nice dive through here, but you almost have to be on throttle at the exact same time that the lead car is in order to stay with them. And Kim kind of waits for Jason to light off again, and by then it's too late. You've got to almost read the mind of that lead driver, but very calm in that chase position. Like to see it very, very locked in. Jason Benet out in front, just doing what Jason Benet does. It was a great run. Would like to see a bit more angle through a couple of sections there. Didn't feel like it was a speedy run, if you will.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's part of the game.
It's a typical Jason Benet-esque run, very fast, very, on the edge. And I think, I wonder if Kim Borkland maybe thought, he's not that fast. I'll chase him down, but you can't let one of these seasoned Drift Masters drivers out on circuit on fresh tyres to lead first. Here we go, they're off the line. Kim Borkland now to lead out Jason Benet for a spot in the top 16 as he puts that car to big angle. It's a nice initiation from the Finnish driver. And the Frenchman now starts to stare down the circuit. The Finishman drive away as they fire to outside zone 6. Jason Benet not really in the fight here. He needs to make a move as he transitions that fire outside zone. Kim Borkland on the wall and across the line.
Not what I was expecting
either, no.
No, and there's a bit of a horsepower discrepancy here. We're 200 horsepower between them, which in this sport is quite a lot. That's a big gap. I thought Benet would be absolutely all over him. So Kim, good on initiation. Nothing weird there. Inside clip looking good. Pulls some angle out to stretch the car up the hill. All the load on the drivetrain to that section of the track. It's taking out a lot of components. Benet just going wide. That was strange.
I think this all stems back to an initiation. I think that Benet thought that Kim was going to be slower than he was.
Yeah, maybe, and gave him a bit too much respect.
And he gave him some room, and he gave him some respect, and then Kim stands on the front when he drives away from Benet.
Yeah, really weird. I mean, there was nothing in Kim's lead that I was like, missed this part of the track and was able to pick up a bunch of speed, but Benet at one point in time shoots pretty wide, gets off where the rubber's been laid in, and you're not going to find any grip out on the fresh pavement.
And you watch Benet's kind of shortcutting most of the circuit.
Yeah.
To gain some proximity. It doesn't really get any proximity until there at the finish line.
Yeah, which, I mean, it's good you got something, but really, really strange. Benet out looking a little frustrated with himself.
Yeah, I think Jason Benet knows he could have done a better job there, especially in that chase position. Could have tucked up on the pocket, maybe underestimated the Finnish driver as they both jump out of the cars, and we await to get the decision from our judges.
You're fast. I think we need a mic in there. I mean, we might have to put a bit of a delay just to check for language, but I like that. A little cool down room.
Yeah. But there we go. Fans are ready to receive the decision. Judges are still deliberating this one, so this one not as clear cut maybe as we assumed.
There we go.
As the helmet's
wave
off.
to the home fans, yeah.
Yeah, a wave to the home fans.
This is a tough call. The results starting to come in.
Here we go. Slide them left for Kim, slide them right for Benet. It's going to be Jason Benet, but a split judging panel. And these guys not having an easy weekend now. Judges really being put through the ringer, and David Callas looks at me and smiles and says, you could say that.
Yeah, I think when we've got a new track that you're going to find that happen. But here is another big one. James Dean well within the championship fight, taking on David Spossum.
Yeah. Well, let's have a chat with James Dean before we send him off the line.
Yeah, so after 3 rounds, the top guys are really close in the championship, so it's really still like we're at round 1. Nobody really has a big advantage at the top end of the scale. That's really exciting, you know, you have to push. Every battle counts, every lap counts. Yeah, we're going to be on a mission this weekend, and hopefully it all works out.
Well, hopefully it does work out, and we're sitting on the start line thinking, well, Connor Shanahan, who was second in the championship, is now out of competition, so losing points. James Dean will be hoping that he can take down the Polishman David Spossum in this Nissan Silvia S15. That Ford Mustang RTR screams off the line and through the gears as Dean flicks that car across the circuit. Nice initiation. Spossum knows he can trust Dean, but he needs to keep up. He needs to keep the pace, and now Dean starts to turn the wick and drive away as Dean puts that Mustang right to the edge of outside zone 5. The big flick down the hill as Dean stands on the accelerator once again, and we lose David Spossum in a cloud of smoke. And Spossum desperate to try and gain some proximity back across the line.
Yeah, this car really is. It's built, it's designed, it is meant for tracks like this.
Yeah.
Big sweeping corners. I mean, spots where you can really move around and play with it. It's a very large car, but James Dean drives it like it's tiny. And for Spot Sub, he stayed in the fight the entire way through. But as we've seen this entire weekend, James Dean is on another level. First run out of the gate, he looked incredible, and it hasn't slowed down at any point in time. Qualifying was incredible, and this lead run is just a continuation of that. Just touching the bumper anywhere he needs to. Doing a great job through the inside clips, and doing it all at an absurd speed.
Yeah, a lot of pace in that Mustang this weekend. And
yeah.
those guys have been working away on it in between runs, in between practice sessions, trying to get it dialed in to absolute perfection.
And pace without cutting corners.
Yeah.
You can. There are drivers that are really fast but will miss zones, or they will do it without a lot of angle. This Mustang it's fast no matter what it's doing. It's fast sitting still.
Well, here we go. It looks like Spotsub's car maybe getting a little hot here in Finland.
Fans have now.
Loads.
Crazy.
We have lots. We have a lot of equipment.
It's amazing.
Driftmasters now.
Just every event.
Tours, fans, crew.
Just getting bigger every day.
Here we go. James Dean purges a nitrous and sits in that chase position, creeps off the line. Spotsub gets the green light to go. A spot in the top 16 awaits for one of them who can. The Polishman now overturn the Irishman as he fires the S15 in and stands on the accelerator himself a little inside zone 2. As Dean gives him the room to manoeuvre. Doesn't want to push too hard just yet. When will Dean make the dive? Will he make it down outside zone 6? He doesn't really make the dive yet. As Spotsub puts on a masterclass out front in that lead position. Dean needs to make a dive here on the door, and he does, but right on the edge of the run.
Yeah, I was expecting it a little bit earlier. It looked like he got caught up just a bit through 6 and 7, just hanging tight, kind of waiting for that moment. But let's take a look here. David Spotsub looks good on that first part of the initiation. Bit of a wobble, slightly inside through 2. James Dean, he's still within striking distance, but yeah, not able to really get into the side of him. I might have to take another look at the tire bins and see, are we at a point where the drivers have found so much into this that the tire game is starting to come into effect again? Because it feels like it a little bit.
Yeah, Dean way on the inside there. Look at this on outside zone 6.
Yeah.
Finds himself way on the inside.
This is what I mean. This is where he had to hang tight. Transitions back on throttle. Now he gains the proximity. Interesting.
I fully expected James Dean to make a move earlier in the run, maybe 5.
Yeah.
Kind of get on the door of 5 and then chase Spotsub down through that last half of the run.
Yeah.
He didn't really make that move, and I'm surprised to see that, Jacob.
Yeah, so am I. I didn't see anything with Spotsub's initiation that maybe threw James off. There was nothing where I was like, oh, okay, this is why he's back there. So might have just been playing it safe, but who knows? See what the judges think.
Yeah, we'll see what the judges think. Spotsub, big smile on his face as the decision comes in. It's going to be left for Spotsub, right for James Dean. It's going to be James Dean taking the win, advancing through to the top 16. And I'll catch up with the judges later on because they're still having a chat about previous runs and the whole thing. Yeah, so we'll
it's all they do.
We'll find out. They talk about drifting
all the time.
Here we go, back down on the line we go. It's going to be the final battle of our top 32, where we have a one more time battle to go between Zachariah and Hines, but that will be at the end of our top 32. So our official final battle of top 32 is Nasser Al Hamali to take on Timur Sunma, and the higher qualifier Hamali opting to lead first as the anti-lag fires on the Finnish driver's car. He creeps up to the line, but what can the man from El Salvador do as he flicks that V8 supercharged Nissan 400Z2 angle? Look at this from Asuma. He doesn't want to let Hamali get away. He knows that this man has been making moves in the championship in 2026 as Hamali pushes him right to the edge of the circuit. Asuma keeps within striking distance, looks for the side of that carbon Kevlar. Nissan 400Z goes for a dive, almost hits Hamali across the line.
There we go. There's the Asuma we've been waiting for a little bit. Yeah. He's taken this season and just continuously gotten better and upped his game, but still lacking some of the aggression that I've seen come from him before, but came into it this time. It was great, and I mean Nasser, he's got a solid lead run. A lot of drivers cutting out some angle though, and it's a little bit concerning. That's interesting. Assume third gear, as you can see by the gear indicator, assuming it's working. Just interesting to understand how different drivers are gearing this. Some of them going 4, dropping down to 3 to this section. So, yeah, bit more nosy on that. But here it is, Sunma going in for that little bit of a love tap.
Yeah, I think he did just rub a wheel down the side of Harbali's car there.
Big handbrake pull to get that car into it, and now down to 2. Oh, interesting. They're just changing how that gearing layout is. That's going to make one kind of interesting on run up. Yeah. Really interesting.
Oh, and here we go.
Power steering.
And looks like we may have rubber on the exhaust manifold. And a common trait for a lot of these cars, as you hear Martin say, it's okay. He's
Wasn't
happy.
sure.
Yeah.
Is that a probing stick? I don't know if he's checking the oil there.
Yeah, rubber on the exhaust is what we're being told.
Yeah.
And Martin just checking their car out. And again, another tool. A long reach grabby stick.
Yeah, grabber, as my kids called it.
Hungry.
There we go. Timo Sunma gives Martin the thumbs up. He's ready to go. Look at the nervous shake on the leg for Sunma. He's now in that lead position. He hammers through the gears. He knows that Harbali won't let him get away as he flicks that 400Z across the back bumper of that BMW. They hammer through the top end of the hill, and look at this from Harbali now. He starts to creep down the inside. He would have known from his spot what Sunma was doing, and look at this from Harbali. Oh, wow! Right to the back end of Sunma at outside zone 6. Sunma puts that car to the final outside zone across the line. Wow.
Big hit, and thankfully both of them stayed out of the wall. That's that spot I've been staring at all day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That car is not in a good shape.
No. Well, let's see how
we're going to see it from the drone. Here we go.
Yeah, let's see how it all works out. Sunma looking good through that part. I was a little concerned he might be too far inside. A little bit of a wobble back and forth, just trying to massage his way. And Nasser, really aggressive. Let's take a look at this transition. Nasser, right tip to tail.
Wow.
And it seemed like Sunma was just a slow transition out to the wall, and Nasser might have been expecting a bit more. To be interesting, he's on left foot brake, transitions out, kind of knows something's happened, but probably didn't realize what had happened.
Hey.
Oh man, I'm sure the ride in Nasser's car was very different. Oh man, catches the wall. That's gonna be several corners. Yeah, just.
Yeah, I want to see it from this angle. This is what I want to see.
I think Sunma's trying to transition out, and Nasser's just right there.
I'll tell you what the judges are looking at. They're looking at when Timo Sunma decelled.
Interesting. Well, yeah.
Because from the onboard, Jacob, I will say it does look like he decelled way before where the decel cone is.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to show us that. You've got some fancy new technical equipment, stuff that is way above my ability to use. And, oh God, that's Al Habari's car. It's absolutely in ribbons.
Yeah, really tough one. Yeah, the decel is really going to be looking.
Yeah, and I'm watching the judges replay across mine and Jacob's desk, and the judges are looking at the decel. That's exactly what they're looking at.
Yeah, it's going to be where that cone is going to be pretty crucial, and kind of where you can see some of the smoke. So let's stop it just before they get to the red cone, right about there. So that is where, as you can see right here, there's the red cone. So pretend that is the line. And that is where you can start to decel. And even if, I don't know if we can run this in reverse, you'll probably start to see where Sunma's smoke is shutting off. Yeah, so we can clear this out. And we can pause there. Great. So that is the decel spot. And I'm starting to see that Sunma is already kind of running out of smoke through that section. So I don't want to jump to any conclusions on it, but that's kind of the way it looks as he's shooting out there, and that's probably what the judges have been looking. Well, it is what the judges.
Yeah, that's what the judges are looking at. Yeah, I mean, we're assuming here, we're looking at this from fan perspectives, but our judges are obviously going to give us a real decision of what happened there and how they see it. But from what we're seeing and our opinion, Jacob, which counts for nothing, by the way.
Yeah, but I get to draw now.
Do I?
I said I get to draw now, though.
Right, so look, we can see Nasser Al-Habali in the car. We're going to go to you, David Kalas, because you do have an official opinion on this, and one that is way more higher up than mine and Jacob's.
One of the crucial setups of decelerations are that the deceleration needs to happen after the transition is finished. And if we will look on that, we can see that the lead car started the deceleration, still rotating, not giving enough space for the chaser. So we're blaming that on the leader. Nasser is good.
Wow, thank you very much. So, hey, we know stuff about drifting. Who would have known?
Yeah, well, the only upside for Nasser at this point in time is we do have a break here, and he is on the last set of battles when we get into top 16. So they've got a lot of work to do in the pits.
Yeah, I mean, look, we need to make official decisions inside of left for Harbali, right for Sunmate. It's going to be Nasser Al-Harbali taking the win and advancing through into the top 16. But his paddock now will be an absolute barn fight of guys down there trying to get that car repaired. Look, we have oil on the track, we have damaged suspension parts, we have damaged wheels. That is not going to be an easy fix, but as you say, we do have quite a lot of time before he's due back out for his top 16 battle.
Yeah, the hard part is you hope he's got all the spare parts. A lot of these drivers are fully kitted out, but you don't always know what's been broken. And sometimes it's really strange stuff that you're like, why would I need to find, you know, a new strut tower to weld in? You know, things, because it happens, right? And it's not like anybody else on the grid has that car. The drivers are really good at sharing parts when it comes to it. Everyone will group together. You'll see, probably during our break, you will see drivers from other teams and crew and mechanics going in and you know, trying to help wherever they can.
Exactly that.
But that's a lot of damage.
I'll tell you something about Nasser Al-Harbali. When he shipped that car over from Dubai, he said to me, I'm shipping everything to build another spare car in the paddock. So I know he has a whole host of parts. Now, I don't know, obviously, the extent of the damage that's been done to the car. As we say, there is fluid on the track. That could be oil, it could be coolant. We don't know. It could be brake fluid at this point.
Well, he was grinding as he was coming to a
there
halt.
was sparks coming from the underneath of the car.
And I mean, depending on how he has his coolant lines set up, some drivers have them because they're running rear mount rads, they'll run them underneath the car. It's possible he's ground through those. If you got a spare TIG welder, he's probably going to need that. Hey, you know how to weld. Might
I'm
see
busy.
you out there.
I'm busy. I've got some stuff to do. And lunch.
Yes.
Ours is the true heart.
Thankfully, we're here. Incredible job getting off track. So fantastic work to all the track staff for clearing that up quite quickly as we see our one more time battle starting to scrubbing their tires in the background.
Yeah, so there we go. Yeah, sorry, just chatting to the crew behind the scenes and making sure we all know what's going on. It looks like we have our final battle of our top 32. One more time between Marco Zaccaril and Alan Hines warming up on the line. Now, you mentioned that Zaccaril's car might not be at 110%, Jacob.
Just how it felt.
Yeah,
Chasing again.
It's chasing again.
Yeah.
Is that car 110%?
I don't know. I don't know.
I wonder.
I'm going to listen to it. That's a big indicator. Especially going up the hill, because that's where a lot of load is. But if we see Zaccaril really lose pace, again, going up the hill against Hines, I think it's pretty clear. But yeah, fingers crossed, all the inside bits stay there.
the inside bits stay on the inside, and they don't get to the outside. Well, here we go. Alan Hines sits on the line in that Nissan Silvia S14.9. Dean M Sport build car. Zaccaril in the zone, focused at BMW M2 F22 Volkswagen 4-cylinder powered car comes off the line. Both cars looking a little worse for wear right now, but it doesn't matter because one spot away to the top 16 as they fire in. Look at this, Zaccaril gets onto the back bumper straight away of Alan Hines, but Alan Hines now turns the screw and starts to drive away from Marco Zaccaril as they go to outside zone 5 at a big flick to outside zone 6. Zaccaril can't get himself in the fight once again as Alan Hines puts it to that final outside zone. Zaccaril with a brave dive across the line.
I love both of them, clean things up. Oh, little cheeky bash after the line.
Well, they're getting a little fruity down there.
A little bit. Oh man, I love that both of them have cleaned up their act. They've taken the notes, they've come back and said, okay, this is what I need to do. Zaccaril's still off the pace. Yeah, I mean, didn't hear anything too crazy. Obviously, there's not a massive streak of oil down the track, so everything's holding together good, but just not able to keep up with the pace of Alan Hines, who is still driving an incredible lead run. He's very, very technical. He's a clean driver. He's starting to get his style back into it, which is phenomenal to see. And Zaccaril just not able to keep up with the young Irishman. Not until the very end of this, where Zaccaril has to make a big dive in to go over that bump. Zaccaril still keeping the proximity even well after the line. And a little hip check there. So see how it plays out when we swap it around. Zaccaril's going to get the fresh air. Alan Hines will be chasing him down with what feels like a bit more pace, but you never know.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. Zacharil, look at that way on the inside, taking that home to the face of the car. Just trying to shortcut the circuit, trying to gain some proximity that he lost after initiation. They're back on the line and swapped around. Zacharil now to lead out Alan Hines, the Irishman, sits in that S14.9, kind of nodding his head again. He's on the radio to the spot, and look at that. And Alan Hines, you know, following along with him, not only an incredible sim drifter, but his father, one of the icons in Irish drifting, the grandfather of drift, we like to call him. Yeah. He is his spotter, so he'll be in the spotters tower giving him all the information he needs to know. And Zacharil, look at that, a little more relaxed now after the first run's done.
Yeah,
is that a good buy? He's going to absolutely go for it, or is that?
That's I'll see in top 16.
Yeah? Oh, you think?
Yeah.
He's a super confident guy.
Yeah. Very nice guy.
He's a very nice guy. A very good team around him. Incredibly friendly.
If you want to learn about that engine, just ask. He'll give you the full rundown. Loves talking about it.
Make sure you got a seat and some time.
Yeah, it's great. It's almost all these drivers are so friendly. Just want to hang out and chat about their cars and about drifting. See how things go.
Yeah, there we go. Wait for the green light to go. Zacharil now to lead out Alan Hines for the final spot. Top 16 away as they come through the gears. Look for the initiation. It's early for both guys as Alan Hines fires it on big angle and almost gets himself caught up. Where was Zacharil on that inside zone too? But look at Alan Hines now really pushing, putting the pressure on Zacharil as the driver from the Czech Republic goes shallow on some of these outside zones. What can he do? He's trying to drive away from Alan Hines. He fires it deep into that final outside zone and across the line.
It'll be another good look at 7, I think, and seeing where Zacharil is to understand Alan Hines and how he ended up wrapping up the end of that chase run. Zacharil unloading it. Look at how soft that rear suspension is. I didn't realize that contact coming up the hill.
Yeah, I wanted to see where Zacharil was.
Not too bad. Alan just looks like he catches some understeer coming up the hill. He does a good job of getting back into it. Now we're starting to regain that proximity. As they transition back out, Zacharil not terrible through there. Alan really on the inside, wavering a bit to try and find the door of Marco Zacharil. And then it'll be as they come through this part. Great job there from Marco. Alan does a good transition at that point, and Zacharil just already back on the pace, although Marco's zone 8 is a little bit V'd out. It's not quite that nice U shape. He comes into it a little bit late, gets really deep into it, getting real close to the wall if not touching it, and then shoots out a bit early. So see how this one plays out as we get that beautiful shot coming over the crest of the hill and several meters downhill as the cars unload and find a lot of grip coming down there. Over 140 kilometers an hour for almost every driver.
Yeah, the lead on Zaccharil's car as he comes over the crest of that hill is incredible.
Very soft in the rear, trying to find a lot of grip. Just a lot of very dynamic rear end of the car.
Well, there we go. Decision looks like it may be dropping in. Zacharil smiling either way. Whatever happens, he's having a fun weekend so far, and he was very happy with his qualifying result. A slide of left for Alan Hines, right for Marco Zacharil, who's taking top 16. It's going to be Alan Hines. Alan Hines gets the win, advances through to the top 16.
Your goal is welcome.
And the man from Ireland waves his hands around and says, job done for me. It's another one, another step closer to getting into the big show. Can he make it all the way through, though? He's been close before, and he's looking very strong right now.
Yeah, he's looking really, really good. Very, very confident. This is the way things stack up going into our top 16. There is fun battles already.
There certainly is. Well, look at that. The first battle straight out of the gate. Peter Viensek to take on Kevin Purser. 2 very, very fast men will be kicking off top 16 action. James Dean take on Nasser Al-Habali down there. The final battle of top 32.
I think the Finnish fans are going to be super pumped over Juha Rintanen and Jarkko Jula. Yeah. That's going to be a fun one.
Well, unfortunately, it will only be one Finnish that could go through, and we'll have one Finishman in the Grade 8, and that was all we'll have. So unfortunately, all of the rest of the Finnish drivers knocked out competition.
Yeah, Paul Korpelinski, Alan Hines, another really good one. Both drivers just feel like they're on it today and very technical.
Well, can Alan Hines cause some upset and do it right for the Irish right now and keep the Irish hope alive of taking back another championship to Ireland? Everyone will be looking at Alan Hines to take down Korpelinski. 2 very good drivers, 2 very good sim drifters together. That's going to be very interesting. It's been an interesting top 32, Jacob. Top 16's only going to get better. Jane, it's been an incredible start to the competition here in Finland.
Right, what a top 32 filled with upsets again. Connor Shanahan out before he even get to start. Mika Keskikorpi out, and only 2 Finnish guys, Jarkko Jylhä and Juha Rintanen, left. But this is drifting, and it's about to get more exciting. Just make sure you join us here back in Red Bull TV, live from Finland, 3:20 local time. See you then.
What do you need? Be safe.
All right, guys, Connor Ferguson here for Always Race Day here with Shane Liebig. After an eventful 410A main at Knoxville, Ryan comes in second to Aaron Reitzel tonight. Shane, take me through kind of what you thought of that A main.
You know, we got off to a pretty good start, running second most behind that 45 car, and then he got to the lead. Had a little bit of trouble in traffic, and then, you know, Aaron's experience ended up, you know, getting him in traffic, you know what I mean? And it's unfortunate deal. He did good. I mean, as always, Aaron's absolutely classless about it, but that's just his MO. I mean, instead of just being a human and being glad that he won on a dry slick track for the first time in his life, he got to run his mouth and talk crap, and we have some history. So I look forward to seeing him in Eldora. Remind him that he's running for a point title, and I'm not.
Take me through kind of what transpired after the race, if anything, and yeah, if you have any more messages.
Oh, nothing. We're getting ready to go. We'll go to Houston tomorrow night. We'll go to Attica, and I'm gonna go to Eldora and beat his ass in the ground, and then we'll come back, probably run next Saturday both classes, and then Houston's again. But yeah, so. You know, how can we bitch? This is what, our 5th or 6th second place this year. I mean, I hate second, but a lot of guys wish they were us, right?
Absolutely, and points leader at Knoxville here. Ryan's kind of running away with the deal. How special of a driver is he? I know I've kind of asked you questions along these lines before, but I think when you have a driver like this.
Yeah, you know, I've been really lucky, you know. I've had the opportunity to have Aaron, Garrett Williamson, Matt Jewell, Scott Boguski, and Ryan now drive for me, and it's all of them have been fun in one way or another, right? But yeah, no, what we've been able to do has been pretty magical. It's been fun, right? I mean, we're a year and a half into this. We just started together, you know. I think if they look back at us, what we've been able to do in a year and a half, a lot of people love to do that, right? I mean, as much as Aaron runs his mouth, I've already accomplished more than he has run here every night for 5 years. So.
All right, guys, Shane Liebig, owner of the number 10 sprint car here in Knoxville.
At the shop, running errands, working out, or just getting stuff done around my property, I found these are the earbuds I reach for the most. What I like about them is they sit just outside the ear canal. Okay, you got nothing that actually goes in your ear. They just project the sound into your ear, so you can really hear everything that's going on around you. It's crazy how clearly you can still hear music while you're out jogging, working on cars, but still you keep your ears open so you can tell what's going on. Whether someone's talking smack or I hear some rod knock across the shop, I'm listening to my music. Plus, I don't miss out on any action. They're also really lightweight. They're super comfortable and easy to put on. It's like, bam, and you're done. They're not coming off either. I mean, these babies are locked in, even full giraffe sprint. They also have multi-point connectivity, so I can switch between my devices with no hassle. It makes it so easy to just go from my phone right to my laptop. And on top of that, the battery time is crazy. You're getting 8 hours of playtime, up to 36 hours of total battery life with the charging and protecting case. I feel like I'm hardly ever plugging them in. And guys, with over 3 million customers, Raycon clearly has a reputation for making great sounding products that compete with brands that cost way more. If you're not happy with them, they offer a 30-day guarantee. I think if you guys went on Raycon's website right now, you'd be shocked by the prices. And when you first put these babies on your ears, you're gonna be really impressed. The Essential Open Earbuds are a great option for everyday listening. And right now, you can go to buyraycon.com/CletusMcFarland Open and get 20% off these already awesome price bad to the bone earbuds. Again, that's buyraycon.com/CletusMcFarland Open for 20% off. Thanks to Raycon for sponsoring today's video. Let's get to the live action.
Hell yeah, bro. You're on the Cletus McFarland YouTube channel.
Boys, what the hell's going on here? Why are you wiggling the whole entire turbo? Big nut, what's going on?
Well, your gasket's on the floor. I came in here, so...
Holy snake!
I saw all your bolts were loose.
God dang, that's all that was left of, bro.
The problem is you had a blowout.
Yeah.
I mean, it was still 75% working.
Got one side was 75 because 25 of it there was gone.
Thank you for running the numbers for me. That was
like
good.
That one time 25% of your underwear blew out after a Taco Bell trip.
I'll never forget that.
Right.
All right, so guys, we're taking Lumberjack to the drag strip. Now, you might think last week the whole car was on fire. And yes, that is true. Okay, it is looking a little crispy back here. But will that really have an effect on Lumberjack's performance? I don't think so. Did one of the tires get a little warm? Maybe. We don't know for sure. We think they look good. So we're heading to the drag strip to make a 1/4 mile rip. And George, what's the goal?
The goal? Fast. Faster than it's ever been before.
899.
It's got a brand new transmission.
Can it go in 8?
Golly. Well, here's the deal. That whole new rear end situation we got going on.
Yeah, we got a brand new quick performance rear end, TBM brakes. It's lighter now.
Oh yeah, never made a full pass with brakes.
Yeah. Well, our rear end
tires used to not spin good.
Our rear end was pretty sketchy. We didn't have a locker.
Yeah, dude, it might just.
We never had a locker in the back, you know.
The sky's the limit. The sky is.
It might go. It might go at 699.
Honestly, you never know.
What do you guys think?
6 is for sure.
Now, the header bolts did rattle out because the tune is so perfect in it. A lot of times when you get your tune just 100% perfect, you start rattling the header bolts.
I figured it was because you boys tightened them.
Well, we run them a little loose.
Run a little loose for heat expansion.
See, the
See,
thing
he
is,
doesn't know anything about heat expansion.
well, his car never runs long enough to know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, all right, Zach, let us know when it's done. We'll be in the office hanging out.
Let's go play checkers.
Yeah. You bring the chessboard?
Dang. Gripped up. Dude, he's gripped up.
Why don't we just pick up a misfire?
Cleared it out.
That there would be a mistake. I thought I had a misfire. A mistake.
Yeah.
Lumberjack doesn't get those often. Did find a few adult snappers left.
Oh, nice. You gotta kind of chuck them a little.
Dang it.
They're the high horsepower version, so you gotta.
Ah, dang it.
Dang! Alright. I
That's
like
what
that.
this tune-up's gonna look like.
Well,
Ha!
you came around that curve right there, I thought she looked
Something was
dialed
rubbing.
in.
We got a little smoke in the cabin when we did that.
It was pretty gripped up.
Yeah, I mean, she had a little roll to her, but I'm gonna guess the rub came from right around here.
Oh, it's probably our new dump tube. Ty,
Oh
did you?
no, it's your exhaust.
The exhaust.
All right.
Above the exhaust. Yeah, just your exhaust.
It ripped all the heat shield off of her.
James, what was the trick to get this to shut?
You gotta push.
To shut?
Yeah, push.
Well, damn, Ty was under here adjusting stuff. Now the hood won't lock.
Exactly.
Oh my god. I never should have tightened that other header. Close it.
Strength and honor. Strength. Stronghold. For the Horde. blood and thunder.